Hi, everyone. Today I want to talk about a topic that's at the heart of teaching learning assessment, specifically exploring how we can think like an assessor, use digital tools to enhance measuring student understanding, and drawing on key insights from Wigan and McTeague's Understanding by Design. Let's dive in. In Chapter 7, Wiggins and McTeague introduced the idea of thinking like an assessor, which means designing assessments with the end in mind. This is part of the backwards design process, starting by identifying the learning outcomes we want students to achieve and then figuring out how we'll gather the evidence of their understanding. In practice, this means our assessments need to directly align with our goals. But how do we do that effectively, especially in today's tech driven classrooms? Digital tools can help us gather meaningful evidence at various stages of learning. First, let's take a look at formative and summative assessment. Formative assessments are ongoing checks for understanding. Think quizzes, discussions, or exit tickets that help us adjust instruction in real time. Summative assessments, on the other hand, evaluate what students have learned at the end of a unit or lesson. Tools like Google Forms or quizzes can make it easy to create quick checks for understanding throughout a unit. You can see student responses immediately and adapt your teaching accordingly. For summative assessments, platforms like Edulastic allow you to create more formal tests that measure students' grasp of the content at the end of instruction. Now, let's talk about another important concept criteria and validity. Wiggins and McTeague emphasize that assessments must be valid. They should measure exactly what they're supposed to. To ensure validity, we need clear criteria. Digital rubrics, like those you can create in Google Classroom or other applications, can help clarify expectations for both teachers and students. This ensures fairness and helps students understand how their work will be evaluated. Another powerful idea from Wiggins and McTeague is the use of performance tasks. These tasks allow students to demonstrate their understanding through real world applications rather than just answering test questions. For example, in our unit in math, when we teach volume, our students have to create what we call a volume city, where they have to create nets and build them into 3D models, and their volume city has to fall under certain parameters. For example, one building might need an overall volume of 1,000 centimeters cubed, while one needs a base of at least 100 centimeters squared. So, allowing students to create versus taking a test can really open up a whole new world when it comes to the assessment of students. Digital tools like Flipgrid and Padlet can turn performance tasks into interactive and engaging experiences. Students can create videos, presentations, or discussions that showcase their understanding in a more authentic way. Finally, feedback. Wiggins and McTeague emphasize that meaningful feedback is essential for learning. Digital tools can make the feedback process smoother and more immediate. Tools like Turnitin or Feedback Studio allow you to provide written or even voice feedback on student assignments, helping them refine their skills and deepen their understanding. While doing some research on learning assessment apps and tools, I decided to choose six that I've had the most experience with in my first few years of teaching. First is Google Forms. This is a versatile tool that can be used for both formative and summative assessments, offering multiple question types, auto grading options, and seamless integration with Google Classroom for instant results and data analysis. Second might be the favorite of my students, which is Book It. This is ideal for game based quizzes, engaging students with its competitive format, and providing real time feedback and analytics. Though often I find that students are just rushing through to get a higher score, so I don't find this one to be as reliable. Edulastic supports both formative and summative assessments, with a focus on standards aligned assessments and a variety of question types, detailed reports, and integration with LMS platforms. Another favorite of my students is Quizzes. This is another gamified quiz tool offering both live and self paced modes while delivering detailed performance analytics to help track student progress. Though this one has a time sensitive feature, I find that my students are more careful to answer correctly, as correct answers are what will move you along in the game. Next is Nearpod. This takes assessment a little bit further by embedding quizzes, polls, and open ended questions into interactive lessons, allowing for real time feedback and student engagement and integrating smoothly with LMS platforms. Lastly, Padlet offers a collaborative space where students can share multimedia responses, making it an excellent tool for creative project based assessment and peer feedback. These tools provide diverse ways to measure student learning, from traditional quizzes to more interactive and creative assessment. I have not used this format with students as much as I have with teachers doing professional development, but I look forward to exploring this one further. Now, I'm going to focus more specifically on quizzes. It is a favorite of mine in the classroom. It's an excellent tool for learning assessment because it combines the effectiveness of quizzes with the engagement of gamified learning, which is definitely a focus of mine this year. It's a potential uh, SLO that I'm considering for my classroom this year is to gamify learning, and the reasons why quizzes stands out to me is the gamified experience. You're taking assessments and you're turning it into games. They enjoy answering questions while competing with their peers, and instant feedback can enhance their motivation. You have a flexible delivery. You can do it live or do it self-paced. Um, I like doing the live when I'm doing it with the students, but self-paced does allow for them to complete it on their own time and works for in person and remote learning environments. Next, instant feedback and data analytics. With real time feedback, students can immediately see how they're performing, and the teacher can get detailed reports, make it easy to track their progress and identify common areas of misunderstanding. Quizzes also allows teachers to create quizzes with a wide variety of question types, multiple choice, true, false, fill in the blank, open ended, etc. And you can assess different levels of understanding, from factual recall to higher order thinking. Last, teachers could easily customize and choose from pre-made quizzes on virtually any topic or create their own. Quizzes combines effective assessment techniques with engaging game elements, making it a powerful tool for checking understanding, reinforcing concepts, and keeping students motivated. In summary, effective assessments can help shape both teaching and student learning. Using both types of assessments, get a picture of student learning. Leveraging these tech tools, create engaging data driven assessments. Also, focusing on the importance of making sure that your assessments are fair and accurate, and providing timely feedback, as well as ensuring that students can apply their learning in a real world context. Thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts.